Today we're making All Bran Rusks, or a variation thereof, because I like to have things a little bit healthy, or maybe it's just a figment of my imagination. But anyway, it makes me feel better if it's a bit healthy. The recipe calls for 1 kilogram of flour. So I've halved the flour, and so I have substitutes. I've included Pro Nutro, All Bran Pro Nutro. I would have used a bigger cup if I had more. I've used oats, that is chocolate Future Life, and I've used an extra cup of nutty wheat or bran flour as substitute. So the maths don't quite add up, but that's okay. So we're going to I've taken 500 grams of flour. If you don't want to make it healthy, then it's 1 kilogram of flour. So now I've got 3 cups of nutty wheat. Going to pour that in. And now my oats and the Future Life, whatever cereals you have, just throw it in, and it just makes it a little bit healthier, a little bit denser, and a little bit more interesting. To that, we're going to add 3 cups of All Bran flakes. If you don't have All Bran flakes, break up 2 biscuits of Wheat Bix and put it in. Doesn't matter. If you don't have it, it doesn't matter. But the more that you put in, the more exciting it makes it, the healthier it makes it. Okay, then 375 grams of butter, margarine, and you melt it so that we can pour it into our mixture, and we will mix it up a bit. So you'll notice that there's not enough butter to make it completely moist, but that's okay. We just want to make the All Bran a little bit moist, and obviously the butter makes it clog together. Right. We also need, I put about 4 teaspoons of baking powder in, 2 for the recipe and 2 for the flour that was supposed to be self-raising flour. Anyway, I put 4 in, and then 2 teaspoons of salt. Here we go. And we stir that all in. You could put all the dry ingredients in before you put the butter, that's okay. Stir it up. Now, in a different bowl, I'm going to take 2 cups of sugar, 3 eggs, and 500 grams of buttermilk. What I do is just add a little bit of water to the buttermilk container, just to clean it out. Just a little bit. And because we've got extra solids in our mixture, so then it's not too dry. And you mix it all up. You can use an electric beater if you want to. There we go. Now we add the liquid to the solid mixture. While you're preparing, remember to put your oven on 180 degrees Celsius. Now we mix it all in. What I do, if it's a bit runny like this, I'm just going to put a little bit more oats in. Makes it more low GI, and it makes it just a little bit thicker. And then to add to the excitement, I'm going to throw in some sunflower seeds. Just a smish. And I've got linseeds with me, so we'll just throw some of those in. Doesn't matter how much you put in. Depends what you like. You don't really taste them, but it again makes it feel healthy. And I've got sesame seeds. Whatever you got in your cupboard, if you don't have it in your cupboard, that's okay. And looks like something we're going to feed our birds. Let's mix it all up. Once it's nicely mixed, we're going to place it in our baking tray. Some recipes say that you need to roll your rusks into balls, but why go to too much extra effort when you can just put it straight into your baking tray? So then they won't have rounded tops, they're just square, but I like baking easy. What I like to do is to cut the shape of the rusks before I even put it into the oven, because then it's easier to cut on the other side when it's cooked. So I'm just going to make little lines. Ooh. So once I've made my lines, I'm going to put it in the oven for 15 minutes at 180 degrees. After 15 minutes, you're going to drop it down to 150 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. After an hour of baking, it's more or less brown, and we're going to cut it into the slivers that we had set apart. And then we're going to separate it out and put it into another container so that we can start drying it. So as you can see, it's quite thick, it's risen quite a lot, and I'm going to put it on its side so that it can dry. Once you've separated it out, you will put it back into the oven. We're going to drop the oven to 100 degrees Celsius, and then you just leave it for a number of hours. It's a bit time and energy intensive, but the rusks need to dry out and be nice and crispy so that it's not going to fall apart when you dunk it in your tea or coffee. When your rusks are dry and crispy, then you can take it out of the oven and enjoy. Cheers, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you at my next video. Bye.